with this input coming in right now. Delhi resident Kamaljeet Singh Bhatia, in a Facebook post, has alleged that his mother was harassed by Jet Airways officials at the Delhi International Airport, causing her to have a blackout and an injury in the process. In his post, he also says that his mother had done a web check-in but was not allowed to board when she insisted that they tried to get her to cough up 5,500 rupees more under the pretext of extra baggage. He then says he got a call about his mother, who was lying unconscious with blood oozing out from her chin.
See, when we book a ticket with a reputed carrier like Jet Airways, we are assured of one thing, which is bother-free travel. But here, quite opposite happened, quite contrary happened. When my mom was there, they saw her alone as probably, you know, someone who's a hapless traveler with whom they could, you know, probably do whatever. So they kind of delayed her. I believe that their flights were full. And that's why they kind of delayed her, so that, you know, she is beyond the boarding time. And then they started blaming it onto her luggage. They said that, you know, you are excess, you're carrying excess luggage, when the luggage was, you know, we had weighed it and the luggage was all right within permissible limits. So then they said,
how many pieces of luggage did she have? Because they are insisting on the fact that she did have excess luggage.
That's right. So she just had one handbag and one luggage, as in one big suitcase. Okay. So one handbag was for the cabin and the other one was for the luggage. So I told her, all right, fine, just pay it up and, you know, just leave if you have to. But, you know, because I didn't want her to face the harassment there at the airport. After a certain, after some time, I receive another call where she's crying, she's broken down. You know, she's like, they're misbehaving with me, they're throwing my stuff off here and there, and I do not know what to do.
Why were they throwing her luggage around, her stuff around?
They said that your luggage is overweight. If you do not pay us the amount, we are, you know, so she was like, you know, why this much amount? The luggage is not that overweight, and give me the breakup. They're like, fine, we'll just throw it away. We don't need to, you know, kind of, you know, give you a clarification, whatever. This is what you need to pay. Pay it. You board the flight. You don't pay it. You don't board the flight. So having done that, you know, then my mom said, I've paid them up. I've requested them, and they're allowing me to board the flight. I said, fine. And I was driving back to my work. After some time, I receive a call from the airport saying that your mom is, you know, lying on the airport floor and she's bleeding. And I was driving at that point of time. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do, because when you get such messages, you're not expecting them. And I didn't know what had happened actually. I kind of, you know, somehow I got blank. I didn't know. And I was about to collide with the car in front. And my wife just shook me. She said, what happened? I narrated her whatever I had heard. And she told, all right, fine, you give me the driver's seat. You are not in a state to drive. She took the driver's seat. We whisked back to the airport. We got back to the airport. I met my mom at the first aid center there, the Medanta's first aid center there. I've never seen my mom so broken down. She was traumatized. She just hugged me and she started crying. And she's like, Beta, get me out of here. Beta, these people misbehaved with me. I don't know what to do, and, you know, just get me back. I got out. My brother-in-law had reached a couple of minutes before me. I asked him, you know, and he was talking to the jet officials there. And the jet officials, their body language was, you know, as if we've done nothing wrong. They were so arrogant. I asked them, how did this happen? We don't know. She just blacked out. Then I spoke to the dial officials, the airport operator. They said that, you know, the pressure that was built up on her probably was that much. Because I spoke to my mom and she also corroborated to this. She said that the pressure that these guys built up on me was so much that I could not take it. You know, first the throwing of bags, then, you know, creating a commotion, all the passengers turning around and looking at her, and, you know, she's traveling all alone for the first time. And then when the bags were taken, after she'd paid up, you know, rushing her like cattle, bhago, bhago, flight miss ho jayegi, and stuff like that being said. She was rushing with that, and she is a heart patient. I mean, Everyone nowadays has some kind of disease or the other when you cross the age of 50, and these people should be a little sensitive to their passengers. Once you've given them the boarding pass, once you've allowed them to board, you know, if she can't go that fast, give her something, give her a wheelchair or a cart to travel to the gate so that she can board her flight. But they just rushed her and she just blacked out. She just fainted and fell on her chin, and she injured her chin. So at the first aid center, we were told that the cut is so deep that a surgery would need to be done. The doctor there could not stitch it up.
And the victim in this case, Savitya Bhatia, is with us right now. Mrs. Bhatia, thank you for joining us. And I can see that big bandage on your chin right now. I'm sure it's kind of difficult for you to speak about this, but try and describe to us what exactly the Jet Airways official did, what happened, and how they misbehaved with you.
I entered the airport and I was about to collect the tickets. मैं जब टिकट्स कलेक्ट करने के लिए बोर्डिंग पास कलेक्ट करने के लिए गए, उन लोगों बोला जाए अभी सब क्लोज हो गया, अभी मैं बिफोर टाइम पहुँचे थे, लेकिन मेरे से इन लोग ने ऐसे करके मिसबिहेव करके मेरा लगेज गई, बोले नहीं आपका लगेज अभी जा नहीं सकता, ऑलरेडी क्लोज हो गया, आप भी नहीं जा सकते, आपको नेक्स्ट फ्लाइट और टिकट्स करवा के आपको जाना पड़ेगा, नेक्स्ट फ्लाइट रिपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा। फिर बताया जब अगर होता आपका जितना लगेज है उसका पे करो, 5500 आई हैड टू पे। और फिर इन लोग ने इतना मिसबिहेव किया मेरे साथ, इतना गंदी सी बात है, मैं इन लोग को प्लीड क्यों इतना ज़्यादा करके, आई एम ट्रैवलिंग अलोन, प्लीज़ हेल्प मी टू द, मैंने जिस तरह भी हो जैसे मैं आई हैव टू रीच टू मैंने टू द क्राफ्ट, लेकिन उन लोग ने कुछ नहीं किया। वो खाली बोलते हैं आप भागना है तो भागो, भाग के जाके अपने उसका पकड़ो। मैं जैसे तैसे अपना लगेज तो छोड़ूँ वहाँ पर दिए, बोला वो नेक्स्ट फ्लाइट से आपका वो कर देगा। पैसे के जो मनी में आई पेड, दे डिडंट गिव मी द बिल आल्सो।
सविता जी ये बताइए, आप यू वर श्योर,
जाते जाते मैं अचानक ब्लैकआउट हो गई एकदम।
वर यू श्योर सविता जी कि आप टाइम से पहुंची थी और वो आपसे बदतमीजी इसलिए कर रहे थे, जैसे कि आपके बेटे ने हमको बताया, बिकॉज ही सस्पेक्ट्स दैट फ्लाइट्स were full, and instead of showing you courtesy, they started misbehaving with you, telling you to run fast if you have to, despite you being a senior citizen.
Exactly that. और जब मैं ब्लैकआउट हो गई, मेरे को होश कब से कब 1-1.5-2 मिनट बाद मेरे को जब होश आया, आई सी पीपल ऑल अराउंड, जो लोग बोर्ड करना था फ्लाइट में उन लोग थे, लेकिन जो ग्राउंड मैनेजर जो लोग स्टाफ थे, दे वर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग, दे वर उन लोग के पास एक बैंडेड तक भी नहीं था मेरा ये ब्लड फ्लो को स्टॉप करने के लिए। तो मैं वो एक जेंटलमैन थे, ही वाज सरदार, वो आके अपना हैंकी मेरा मशीन के नीचे रख के जैसे ब्लड रश ना करे और बाहर की तरफ। आई गॉट हर्ट इन माई फोरहेड इनसाइड, ऑन माई नोज, I can show you the mark also on my nose over here, and 4 stitches over here. Or the people were helping me so much, the passengers, उन लोग ने मेरे को पानी पिलाया, juices दिए, so that I can come to my conscious. And जब मैं देखी हूँ तो I don't know what to do. I was so helpless over there. Nobody was helping me no ground staff was helping me over there.
Savita ji, bane rahiye hamare sath, please stay with us. We'll talk to you a bit more here. The Jet Airways company has come out with a statement. We've got to break that right away. The statement attributed to a Jet Airways spokesperson. In that statement, the airline has reaffirmed its so-called guest-first philosophy, which is founded on the principles of service excellence. Now, clearly, in this particular case, all that philosophy went clearly out of the window. The airline staff demonstrated, they claim, the very same principles of concern while accepting the senior guest for boarding, despite the guest reporting late at the check-in counter. Subsequently, the guest proceeded for the boarding gate by herself, where she lost consciousness. She was then taken to airport medical desk for first aid services, where investigations revealed her to be a diabetic with low hemoglobin. The above facts can be corroborated by a CCTV footage available with the airport authorities, a copy of which has also been submitted to law enforcement authorities. Jet Airways goes on to say that it strongly denies the allegations made in the social media posts, which do not reflect the airline service etiquette, standards and exact nature of developments that transpired on the day. Let's go across first to Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan, my colleague, joining us now for more on this. The airline, Madhav, clearly maintains that they stopped the senior citizen because she was late, something that the senior citizen denies. They also say they never misbehaved with the passenger, again something that the passenger is denying currently on NewsX with us. The airline clearly believes they had done nothing wrong, and it's a case of he said, she said.
Well, yes. In fact, clearly the airline is in complete denial of this particular incident, saying that there was nothing that staff had done which was beyond their normal service standards, and clearly denying that she was spoken to rudely, saying that she felt unwell because she was already a patient. Very clearly is what Jet Airways' allegation is. But clearly the allegation of not just the passenger but also her son are extremely sort of shocking, because they have alleged that the staff at the airport was extremely insensitive, and insensitive up to the point that she was pressurized, her baggage was thrown down, she was shouted at, and she fell unconscious. So clearly an incident that no flyer, no passenger would ever want to be repeated with themselves. And although Jet Airways may be in denial, clearly the fact that it is on social media, is being circulated widely, certainly will raise a number of questions as to the way in which not just Jet Airways but all staff at all airports, really whether they should be very careful, particularly when dealing with elderly passengers who are traveling alone.
All right, stay with us. Let's just try and corroborate what Jet Airways is saying with Savita. Savita ji, the Jet Airways company is now coming out and saying that nobody shouted at you, that they gave you first aid assistance, and that you were late to report to check-in in the beginning. Now, we also understand through the social media post that your son put out that you had already checked in via the web. What exactly happened? Jet claims you were late and hence you were diabetic, and that's why you fell off. You fell down.
No. No. I was not late. I was on time, before time. I reached airport before time. I was not late. They are saying absolutely they are wrong.
And what about the fact that they claim that you are a diabetic with low hemoglobin and that's why you passed out?
No. They harassed me so badly that I had a panic attack.
Okay.
And my sugar level went down at that time, because at the morning before leaving my house, I saw my sugar level was perfect.
So clearly
And
they're in
when
denial.
when they admitted me,
They're in denial. It seems to be they're in denial right now. At this point, I would like to raise a point. If the Indian government, if the Indian civil aviation industry, if the civil aviation ministry can come up with a no-fly list and no-fly rules for passengers who misbehave, what about the airline staff that regularly misbehaves with passengers like you? Why not a grounding list for them? Ground such airlines. Don't let them fly. Or is it because crony capitalism is so far deep in this country, they will never touch corporations or companies, but passengers like you always have to suffer? Don't you think the Civil Aviation Ministry should step in right now and make rules for such airlines and punishment for staff who misbehave with passengers like you?
Yes, they should be. They should be punished.
Savita ji, let me ask you one thing. The airline is going to claim that they have CCTV footage where and how you blacked out on your own, because CCTV footage camera won't show us what exactly is being said to you. The harassment had to be heard and felt to be understood. That will not reflect in the CCTV camera. Tell us exactly what they did to you.
Camera. Yeah. Pardon?
Tell us exactly how they harassed you, what they said to you, how they spoke to you, because all that will not be captured in a CCTV camera footage. And that's what the airline is hiding behind right now.
Yeah, you can see in the CCTV camera, the passengers were all around me, no ground staff. They were at the corner, they were standing at the corner, and they were still discussing what to do and what not to do. And the blood was gushing out of my chin, but they were not. None of them came and helped me. The passengers helped me only.
All right, Savita Bhatia, thank you for joining us and thank you for telling us your story. This is a perfect case and example of perhaps airlines being punished for callous service and callous attitudes. We have some more breaking inputs now coming in. Gulshan Kohli, the son-in-law of the victim, has narrated the apathy that he and his mother-in-law both went through. The victim is a senior citizen who was allegedly being denied boarding in a Jet Airways flight despite the passenger being on time. Take a look. This is exclusive.
The crew which is on board the airline, they have powers to get a passenger arrested. It's not like they do not have, guidelines in place to already protect them. But putting these guidelines in place gives the airline staff only more leverage to arm twist and harass passengers. Fine, we are not in favor of, airline staff being, slapped and, hit with slippers. Of course, we totally, condemn that. But what happens when the airline staff treats you in an inhumane manner, which results in your family member having an injury to the extent it requires a surgery? And today, what redressal do passengers have when the airline misbehaves? Do we have immediate redressal?
All right, we'll come back to the story in just